3 weeks. 3 weeks. That's how long we'll have to wait to watch Manchester United kick a ball again after Friday's visit to take on Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. And I'd really like to leave the Vitality Stadium with all 3 points. I do think this could be a really good time to play Bournemouth, though. I don't know about you. And we're going to talk about why I feel that way today. This is United versus Everybody. Welcome, you guys. I'm your host, Sean. Dylan's going to jump in today for a kind of a kickabout, kind of impromptu kickabout as we preview this match. He's going to have some thoughts of his own. We're talking tactics, we're talking team news, we're talking starting 11, score predictions, all that. Of course, we are also talking some news as well to kick things off. So welcome back. If this is your first time, please consider liking and subscribing. Let us know where you're from. Get involved in the chat. I like to meet everyone who's new, see how the community is growing. But yeah, like, subscribe. Let's get stuck in. I will be right back with Dylan. What is going on, Minnie's ass? How's it going?
She wants some attention. She hasn't gotten a whole lot today. So, have you, Minnie?
Oh, pets. What are you going to do? How's it going, man?
It's going, man. I'm excited for this weekend. After Sunday, after Aston Villa, I'm like, holy cow! This is
Yeah. It was an exciting match. I mean, you and I were actually hanging out with Bill and Brad
hmm
watching it. Good match. Big up Bill for cooking as always, and big up
Yes,
Brad.
thank you,
Good
Bill.
sport. Good sport for all
Yes.
the pep banter. But yeah, Bill's a master. If you guys ever want to just come to Michigan and hang out and get some good food, I'll see what Bill can do. But yeah, it was an exciting match. It was a little bit back and forth, but we are back because we've got one more before this international break, and I think I did not realize that this was
Can
3 weeks
Can
international
I say
break.
how much I hate the March international break?
I hate it so much.
It's
You
it's
can.
so terrible. It is. I was sitting here. I'm like, all right, we're getting back in the groove, and then I looked at this and I'm like, 3 weeks.
No, yeah, it's annoying because it's technically it's only like it's a couple weeks, but we've got like the FA Cup or not the Carabao Cup this weekend,
Yeah,
right? It's the final,
yeah.
so everything has been it's annoying. It's super annoying, but
Oh,
it is what it is. It's not going to be fun. So we're going to have to really, really struggle to come in and find some content. But I will tell you guys now, Dylan and I were talking a little bit before we went live. He's got a lot going on. I've got a lot going on. I do think that for this international break, and you guys could let me know how you feel about this, but I might take like 3 or 4 days off from doing stuff for the channel for a hot second, just because I think it's good to just get a break every now and then, barring any breaking news. But I hope you guys don't mind if I decide to do that. You know, my wife and I have both been super busy recently. It'd be nice to maybe just spend a couple days just hanging out and doing stuff. So, not a problem, but we'll see how it goes. Let's jump into live chat, see who's in here live right now, and then we will get started on some news. Tobias is in the house. He's on time
hello,
today. I'm
hello.
just shocked. Yeah, Newcastle got absolutely trounced. We're going to talk a little Champions League as well because we've got some matches kicking off. The women's team are actually playing West Ham right now, still 0-0. The under-18s had an FA Youth Cup match against Sunderland. They did run out 3-2 winners at Old Trafford, by the way. Awesome. Ajayi, Cheeto, and Junior Brown all scoring goals today, so I don't know if any of you guys watched that. Shanta News in the house. Did you think about my shout out for Euro for Young
Hey,
Player of the Year? Criteria is 23 and younger with 20 apps. It is something we could come back and talk about, man. I'll go ahead and start. We can come back. But yeah, Young Player of the Year. I don't even. I remember you asking that, and I couldn't think. Dylan, did you have any ideas for who could be Young Player of the Year this year?
so is this is I don't know enough about what the context here is that young player for United or is that young player in general like the I can't remember what they call that particular award but
Is it the PFA kind of a thing? Is that what he's talking about?
oh PFA, okay. I mean, I'm good
Yeah,
for Euro. I mean, he's definitely in the running. He had a little bit of a down period, but that Aston Villa match he stepped up. He looked good. So
yeah. It's hard. I mean, I can't think of anyone in United side that I think automatically should be personally. And I know that's weird because I'm a United fan. I'm not saying Euro's been bad. I can't think. I'm struggling to wrap my head around all the other players. They'll still try to probably give it to Saka or some nonsense like that, probably. But how old is João Pedro? He could probably be in with a shout personally. So,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Should, should anybody on the Chelsea team actually be considered?
I mean, he's got a lot of goals, but that's about it. The Bossy Rich, don't know if you guys know. So YouTube's been crazy lately, like absolutely crazy. So sorry, YouTube, if you're listening, I love you, but I also am very frustrated. So YouTube has AI that kind of goes through all the content on all these different channels and basically just assesses what, if anything, violates anything, basically any agreements, any terms, or anything. And unfortunately, YouTube, I guess last week, the AI deleted or deactivated like 12 million channels. And
Whew.
Rich's, I think, was unfortunately one of those channels that got caught up. It doesn't mean he did anything wrong. I think the AI just literally just went a little banana balls and started just canceling everything.
Can
So
I can I do a quick update? Champions League update.
yeah, what's up?
Uh, Atletico Madrid just equalized in the second leg. Yeah, so Spurs are well and truly cooked.
Yeah, Liverpool is still up 1-0, 1-all on aggregate right now. You guys can update us as we go along. But that was the update I saw on YouTube. I know Rich has been putting out some stuff. It is too bad that kind of stuff happens. Hopefully, he gets it resolved. If he's not done anything wrong, then I imagine it will get resolved. But thankfully, we haven't been shut down yet. I mean, if we get Justin on someday, we'll probably get shut down while we're live because Justin just has no filter. But so, yeah, that was the update there. A couple little odds and ends before we jump into the rooms, the news. So Bruno has been named Premier League Player of the Week. So I don't know if you guys saw that. Big
Well
up.
deserved.
Yeah, 2 assists against Aston Villa. I mean, and I replayed it the other day in the match reaction, but like, you and I were watching it together. That pass for Cunha,
Oh,
just perfect,
that was
perfect.
pitch perfect. That was
And I think I didn't. I think I forgot like in the moment, but as I watched it back, I was away. He hit that first time. That was a pass from Casemiro that just hit.
yep.
He didn't stop, take a touch. It was just boom. And not only was it perfectly placed, it was perfectly weighted. Everything about it was absolutely turn on slow mode just for safety. I don't know what that means. So you guys would
I
probably know
don't
a lot
either.
more about how YouTube operates because just I have no idea.
Can
But
I can I just make a quick point about Bruno? And
yeah, yeah,
Sean, I don't know how much you're on all the social media, but they keep bringing up how Bruno. It's all the United mods and everything, but they keep bringing up how Bruno in 318 games has 100 goals and 100 assists, and then they were comparing him to Messi and Ronaldo, and he did it one before Messi,
yeah,
and then like six before, seven before, and I'm like, you know what? Come on, guys, this he deserves something. We got to give him something because he has been, as much as I have criticized him for some of the whinging and stuff like that, he has been a consummate professional, especially this year. He has come out and
yeah.
just put the badge, the team, the club before everything. And so kudos to Bruno. I just want to give him a tip of my cap here because he has
Yeah, I
just been
mean,
phenomenal.
he is.
So
I mean, he's world class. He's absolutely world class. One of the best midfielders that
100%.
we've seen in the Premier League for a while. He's already surpassed Kevin De Bruyne. I love too. I don't know if you guys. I don't watch Sky. Obviously, I don't get Sky, but I saw a clip of Sky. They had all the Premier League assist records up, right? All the numbers, all the names, all the different columns. But I love how they
Yep, I
put
know where
in
you're
this
going with this.
column of open play assists. So they're basically trying to get rid of Bruno's assists, like
Yep.
not disqualify them almost because some of them were
Yep.
corners, which still, even some of those, they still count them as a corner, even if a ball goes in and then it kind of trick like the ball to like Kobe that went to Mainu. They'll count that as an assist that wasn't open play or like crap like that. It's a little bit ridiculous. I mean, it's agenda driven nonsense. It's right up there if you guys remember the FA Cup match after we beat Arsenal when they literally walked the distance from the wall in the Sky Sports studio to just rail on about it. Like I told you guys before, the agenda is real. Like the butthurtness is real. It's
Yep.
embarrassing. I don't get it, but yeah, big up Bruno, man. Tiger Claws, bag up in the
Yes.
house, big up. So didn't he have like
Yes, he
double?
did
Then it
have
was
double of everyone.
yeah. He
Yes,
is
yes, it's
as far as
and it's
chance
not close.
creation. Yeah, he is literally has
Yeah,
he has more assists
it's
than the next two people on the list combined.
yeah, and
He
I'm just saying some people have started to talk about him being like player of the year. Yes, yes, and yes, this is Minnie. If you haven't seen Minnie, those of you who are new to the channel, she likes to get involved. so,
Minnie just she
but
wants
I'm just
attention.
saying, like she does. But I'm just saying, like Bruno, player of the year, he's my player of the year right now. Just
Yeah,
he is he not single handedly, but he is very much influencing everything going on
yeah,
with United. So
yeah. And he's carried this team. It's a shame that we haven't had more consistency from ownership or a solid
hmm
structure or consistency in managers or maybe better players around him because I do think that he could easily have a third of more assists total for United as he is easily double almost if you can think if we had gotten Cavani
oh
like a
yeah.
year earlier if we'd kept Cavani maybe a little longer I think Bruno could probably have
Well,
more assists.
and think about this: if we would have got, and I'm just saying from Ole's group, like if we would have got Jude, if we would have got Holland, if we would have got the people like Ole wanted, like think of how much Bruno would have feasted on that. Like he just,
Yeah.
th- this wouldn't even be a conversation. Like he would totally 100% be above De Bruyne. Like this would. I know some people keep saying like De Bruyne is like up
Well,
there. It's not.
he's
It's
he's
not close.
he's already above De Bruyne. Imagine De Bruyne with the players that some of the players that Bruno's had to play, and imagine Bruno in that City side. De Bruyne's got world class players around him at City. He has for the last decade.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
Tiger Claus wants to know: would you give Bruno 400K to stay?
See, right now I'm a little bit on emotion, so yes, but give me a couple of weeks. Let me think about because I'm like 400K destroys their wage structure, but also it's Bruno. He's playing at a high level.
I don't know if he would demand
I
400K to stay. Personally, I think he probably just if I feel like Bruno to me in order for him to stay maybe another year or so, I feel like it would kind of be like Rooney where he would need to see something from us in the transfer market, some sort of ambition to convince him that it's worth his while to stay
yeah.
almost because he has been literally just
S-
dragging this club on his back for the last 6 years, and the club hasn't really done its part. I think held up its end.
Yeah,
But
100%.
it's a
And
good
that's
question. Let
where
us know.
I'm like, okay, 100%. I that is a great question. I also agree he deserves 400K, but it's like if I'm Bruno, same thing you just said, Sean. It's like, what are you going to do in the transfer market? We need holding midfielders. So if you sign Elliot Anderson and Hayden Hackney or another midfielder, and you give me another attacker on the left wing, or you give me a left back, okay, I'm starting to see a team come together. I want to be here because even if Bruno slows down, he's still going to be able to pick that pass. That's the thing. So we could put him
Yeah.
back in a different position where he doesn't have to try to run as much, and he's still going to be able to get that ball out.
Yeah, I
So
mean his game is not made like he does cover a lot of ground, but it's not like his game is about sprints and things like that. Like he knows when he needs to run, he knows when he can stand still and do things, and kind of like Berbatov a little bit in that regard. I don't think he needs to drop all the
yeah,
way back deep, but I think even if he were to take on like a Patinha kind of role where he is deeper, but he is basically in charge of taking the ball and making
yes,
something happen, which is basically what he does now. Especially with Lissandro Martinez injured, Bruno has probably got to do a lot of that work. Um, but yeah, Stephanie makes a good point. Assists weren't even a thing back when Beck's. Yeah, I know. It's funny that they didn't count
that's true.
assists. I wonder why that started. Probably because Thierry Henry was getting all sorts of assists. Liverpool are now up 3-1 on aggregate because that's annoying.
Uh, all right.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
see. Who do they get
I
next?
mean,
I forget.
so
Oh
I
no.
will take I'll take the positive of just in case we fall back, the fifth spot will be Champions League. So
Yeah, I think we're pretty
just
good
saying.
on aggregate. I think we've got the England clubs overall. I think have like a 99 point something percent, even already, even with some of these other teams going out already. So I'm not too worried. But yeah, Bruno 400K a week. Just let him stay. He's world class. Sky are trying to run another agenda. So it's funny how Sky just keep make. Remember when they started? Who was it? I think it was BBC or Talksport when we signed Cunha. They put up his walking stats. Like,
Yep.
this is the shit that
Yeah, I
other
wrote that.
clubs don't
I'm
have to
like, hey,
deal with. Um,
and may I bring up, ever since then, Cunha's kind of looked at that and he hasn't been great every match. I'm not going to say he has. I've
yeah,
criticized him, but he's kind of chosen violence a little bit because he's like overplaying at times, just to say, "I will fight to show you that
yeah,
I'm going to run for this."
yeah. He has, and I think that and I talked about it yesterday. So some of you guys haven't seen it yet. I did put out a video yesterday. It is exclusive to Legends members right now. It will go public for everybody else tomorrow. But I did kind of do a video making the case for Michael Carrick to be given a permanent job, and the way he's kind of used Cunha, especially against Arsenal and whatnot, is in there as well, or and Fulham. Keep all that in mind. But I do have another video coming out that will again be exclusive for Legends members for the first 24 hours on the case against Michael Carrick being given the job. So two videos. That's two, not one. So keep a lookout for the one tomorrow and let me know your thoughts when that comes out. And then there'll be another one that pops up as well. So, but that is, yeah, I did talk about that a little bit. I do think they do face Bayern if they go, dang, they just got a fourth. Fuck off. Jeez.
Can't
Oh,
even
man.
hate watch.
Yeah, it is what it is. But if they get Bayern, they could easily go out to Bayern. Bayern are very, very good. So I shared this
I'm
with
good.
the
Yeah.
WhatsApp group yesterday, and I'll throw it up again so we can talk about it. But Unk kind of doing his thing, man. He's coming from a deep midfield role. He's a six, and he's got more goals in the league than Gakpo, Saka, Gordon, Jobazlai, Verts, Cherky, Isaac, Silva, Delap, Garnacho, Marmoush, Martinelli. More goals as a 34-year-old defensive midfielder in a side that had to sack its manager in November than all these other attackers. 100+ million pound Florian Verts is out there.
Hmm.
Starboy Saka on there as well. Like, come on, Cherky. Like, come on. So the Stretford end yesterday or our
Can,
Sunday was singing for him to give us one more year. Dylan, what do you think about Cat? One more year? What do you think when you see these numbers? Or you think it's better for everyone? It's time to part ways? You think his time has come?
I mean, emotionally, I want one more year, just because like he's hitting his stride, but at the same time, we don't want to have him come back one more year and then it just falls flat. We've seen that happen time and again. Um,
Yeah.
I do want to point out some of those other players, particularly Anthony Gordon and some of the others. They're faster, they're more dynamic than Casemiro, and Unk is still doing it, man. He takes his opportunities when he gets it. So kudos to him. Like
Yeah.
I
It's
know we
just,
criticized him before, just being older. He's picking his spots. He's doing what he needs to, and he's in a system that fits him now. There's more defensive solidity. He can be more dynamic. He can make things work. But no, I think he should leave. As much as I'd like him to stay, now we got to move on. We got to do our thing. So,
yeah, no,
and again,
Devasi,
Minnie, say hi.
I'm not saying do we think he will stay. I'm saying if you had your choice, would you give him another year? Yeah, I think it is time to move on. I think it's annoying to me that the manner in which he's leaving, because it's to me it's just another very expensive player that's just walking away for free. I think it's horrible recruitment from our end. I don't think it was bad to sign him. I think that we maybe should have done it a couple years early. We definitely shouldn't have paid that much for him either. But
Yes.
it is what it is. He is going out on a major farewell tour. Getting his movement in the box on set pieces is elite. I've not seen anyone with that level of movement, that just level of just positioning, knowing where to be, reading of the situation. Like he and Bruno are just like sharing a brain on these situations. Like it's amazing to watch him do this. And when people thought he was done, Carragher said leave the game before the game leaves you. A lot of people were calling him. I mean, he wouldn't even feature in the League Cup final under Ten Hag. I think not even was he in the FA Cup final? I can't remember now.
FA Cup final.
Yeah,
He didn't feature. Yeah.
yeah. If we could just take and get him a wage cut and maybe just use him like a pinch hitter on set pieces, cool, go for it. I would do
Hell yeah,
that.
dude. I'm all for it. Yep.
Devasi says if he takes a 50% weight cut, he'll be all ears. Danny B's in the house. Big up, Danny.
I'm good. Yeah. Danny.
Bexy's in here. Unk is great, but he could be hit and miss. I mean, everybody can be hit and miss. I'd still probably let him go because I do think that it's time to jump forward, get minimum
Yes.
two midfielders to come in, maybe look in the academy or maybe see
Yes.
if there's some deals out there because we do need four quality midfielders that, if needed, can start on the day. I don't think they all need to be exactly the same profile because just like strikers,
Yeah.
we're gonna need different profiles against different opposition. And so it's nice to vary things up a little bit. We do need a couple of physical. I would like someone with leadership as well.
Yeah. Steph makes
So
a good point there.
if we don't get the right midfielders in the summer, he's got to hang around. Yeah. Well, again, if the, he's where he's either going to know that right off the bat, or we're going to have to wait until the last second. And if we wait till the last second, that means we weren't doing our job. Like just like managers, we need to have that stuff decided well before the end of the season. Like all this,
Yes.
like we should be
Yes.
talking to players, agents, whoever, like now. I want these players. The majority of our business needs to get done before World Cup because no one's going to do any business during the World Cup. Like we've seen
Nope.
that time and time
Nope.
again. I'm surprised they're
We
not.
saw that
Are
in
they?
2022.
Yeah, are they starting? They're not starting the transfer window early like they did for the bullshit Club World Cup, are they?
As far as I know, no. So,
All right, they should honestly. If they're going to do it for that bullshit tournament, they should definitely do it when there's a World Cup going on. But where is the World Cup anyway this summer? Oh, it's in the U.S.
I was going to
It's
say, are
been
you being serious there for a second or what?
I just guys, it's been a long day, man. It's been an exhausting day. It's been rough, but yeah, I just completely forgot. Honestly, you guys know I don't really go in for international football as much. I do think FIFA is corrupt. I do think that it's all a big money grab. And this year, when you thought it couldn't get any worse than Moscow or Russia or Qatar, like this nonsense. So I'll watch games. I'm not gonna like
Can I?
go crazy, but go ahead, bud.
I'm kind of for when my comments finally load properly instead of how slow they are usually. Debas, yeah, thank you, Debasis. Where are you getting that dark future? I mean, I've heard rumors, but I haven't heard anything specific about him going to the club that shall not be named 115. So
I haven't seen anything about
you let me
Anderson
know.
issues. I know that there's a lot of rumors, but
Yeah,
I haven't seen anything. So
yeah, there are tons of rumors. So
yeah, so Liverpool up 4-0 against Galatasaray. Interesting. Bexy says international football is hell. Yeah,
yeah,
it's not necessarily international football. It's just FIFA and just it's kind of like the Champions League. It just keeps it's all about money now. It's just a big money grab. Club World Cup is up there too. I don't rate any tournament that is basically streamed via DAZN, which is again one of the money like sports washing entities pretty much run it. I just not a big fan of it. So, but yeah, Casemiro. I know we all love him. We all like can laugh at the way he's making these starboy attackers, these big money signings, like look like idiots. But probably time for him to move on. So. Moving on, while we're talking about international football, you guys make sure you make sure you subscribe to the
hey,
channel, please.
just just want to call it. Thank you, Debasis. That's what I've heard too. Just wanted to just nothing official. So
Yeah. Nothing official. We'll see what we see. Sir Jim seems to think we're going to do something this summer that's going to set United fans on fire. So we'll see. Maybe he's just going to, I don't know, throw a match in the kitchens or something. Who knows? Um, Speaking of international news, you guys, it does seem congratulations are in order for certain Nusayr Mesraoui, who has just been awarded the AFCON Winners' Medal 2 months after the final. Don't know if you guys have
right.
seen this news. So apparently Senegal were stripped of the prize, forced to take a 3-0 forfeit after it was deemed illegal for them to leave the pitch for more than 10 minutes in that final. That's according to Article 84 in the bylaws. I think there's some stuff in the charges also about ball boys and delaying restarts and all that stuff. Listen, that literally everything I just said is the extent of what I know. You guys know I don't get the channel that AFCON was on, so I didn't really watch any of it. I didn't watch any games. I did see a lot of the drama from the final in replay form. Now, there's also a law that says the decision of the referee at the time on the pitch is final. And so if the referee allowed it to go through, that's also a law as well. So we'll see. I think Senegal are going to appeal this, but it's honestly,
Yeah.
this is a cluster, man. Just honestly, just scrap it and null the whole competition at this point. If this is going to be this kind of dramatic, dude. What are your thoughts on this? Did you watch
Yeah.
any of these AFCON matches, Dylan?
No, I mean we watched a little bit of highlights when we were over in England. There, they had Ahmad had a couple of games that we kind of watched highlights for, but I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
So it's
Don't
just, I
tell
mean,
that to
and
John
no,
Obi
no
Mikel.
disrespect.
John
Yeah,
Obi Mikel
no
does not like
disrespect,
people
but
dissing AFCON.
no disrespect, but it's just like I'm over here. I barely care about CONCACAF, so
Yeah, I don't.
I'll pay a
I think
little bit of attention to Euros, but only the final. I don't care. It's club football or bust here. So
yeah, it's club before country for me all the time. It just is what it is. We pay the wages, like it is what it is, man. But I just don't get it. I mean, if this is a weird precedent too. Obviously, I know this is like an African FA slash FIFA related kind of FIFA adjacent kind of organization. So it's not the Premier League, it's not the FA, it's not UEFA. But this is the kind of precedent we're going to start setting. Can we? I'm cool with it as long as we can go back, 16 years and chalk off Didier Drogba's offside goal that he scored against us and give us
yeah,
the Premier League from that year. Remember, we
yeah,
lost it by a point because of that
I'm good with
nonsense.
that. Let's do that.
If this is the precedent we're setting, let's go do that. Like, I'm all for it if we can start doing that kind of stuff. I mean, you guys are funny. Tobias says, like Jamie once said, no one gives 2 cents for AFCONs. Yeah, and Johnny Mikel just apparently took that personally, like Michael Jordan. He just did not like that at all. I don't like any international tournaments. I don't like international tournaments or international games that derail the season. I'm not a fan of it. I did not like that AFCON was every 2 years. I think that to me seems like you're trying to force some sort of relevance down our throat, which I'm not happy about.
Mhm.
I don't like friendlies. I don't like Nations League. I think Nations League is basically a friendly with a different name. But it is funny. So Mizraoui gets an AFCON winners medal. So we've got another AFCON winner in the thing. I just thought that was funny, man. So let's talk about. Do you have any final thoughts on that, Dylan?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, we're
Like I
good.
said, I'm just. It doesn't. It's fine. Like if you love AFCON and if you're from that area, it's kind of. See, I don't get it. CONCACAF comes up, and I only pay attention if the U.S. makes the final. If they don't, I don't care, and
Yeah.
I barely care if the U.S. makes the final. So it's just one of those
Yeah.
things. It's not the World Cup.
Yeah, it's. I think I watched the Gold Cup about 15 years ago. Back when, oddly enough, the U.S. men's national team. I felt like the squad was better. Like the 2014 World Cup, I feel like that squad was better, despite the fact that all those players pretty much played in the MLS compared to now. Like guys like
Mhm.
Dempsey and Bradley and whatnot, Jermaine Jones. I thought those guys were better.
It's,
I even
the
remember
coach is
Stuart
better too.
Holden playing. So yeah, there ain't no joke there. So it's interesting. Devices. We have the MLS. Yeah, I have not watched the MLS since David Beckham was in the MLS. I watched David Beckham's last game in the MLS when I think it was a MLS Cup final against Houston for the LA Galaxy.
Yep, I
So
watched that one.
that was it. That was the last time I watched the MLS because David Beckham. Yeah, I am a Beckham
I'm gonna
fanboy.
date myself. I was in college when that happened. So
Oh yeah, I
yeah.
was I was I was not in college when that happened. I was about
No, no,
25, 26 when that
Sean,
happened.
guys, don't don't listen to Sean. He's just pretending. He
Yeah, I got that Benjamin Button disease. I'm actually 87 years old. What are you gonna
exactly,
do?
exactly.
Um,
Sean
some
was the
transfer
coach on
news.
the sideline,
There,
guys.
there you go. I was around when football was invented, and we played it in the jungle. Transfer news. Let's talk about some transfer news. So I don't want to say. I'm not gonna say Manchester United should hire me, but Manchester United should hire me. We got some transfer news from Sasha Tavaleri. It concerns a player that I've scouted recently on the channel a couple times. He was recently included in my list of left wing options, and I am talking about Mika Godts. According to Sasha Tovaleri, United have officially made contact with Ajax to explore the terms of a deal for left winger Belgian left winger Mika Godts. I mean, you guys, if you've watched the channel in the last several months, you've seen me talk about this guy a couple times. You know how I feel about him. Second highest rated player in on the Eredivisie, second for goals right now, fourth for assists, 10th for goals per 90, eighth for big chances, third key passes per 90, second for successful dribbles, 14 goals, 11 assists in all comps right now, 8 goals, 6 assists last season. So he's developed in leaps and bounds. I know that. Okay, I'm going to let you get your piece in for a second. I got a whole spiel here. I know that some United fans are probably tired of Ajax players and probably even more tired of wingers from the Eredivisie, right? Especially considering all three former Ajax players that we have in the squad are apparently not fit right now. But Goetz has got something about him. He's not Anthony, who is Brazilian, more possession based, more suited to La Liga or anything. Anthony never had as good a season as Mika Godts had when he was at Ajax. Goetz is direct, he's pacey, he's hardworking, he's physical. Chance creation is off the charts. Goal scoring, he's comfortable in and around the half spaces, similar like Cunha is. He plays a lot like Jens Peter Hauge, or again like Cunha. And like Cunha, he is a bit of a maverick. He's got a little bit of swagger about him that I actually do like. It's not swagger like Garnacho swagger. It's swagger like Cunha, like Ibrahimovic a little bit, kind of like the who the fuck do you think you are kind of swagger about him. Big up Sanjay. Dylan, you have thoughts on players from the Eredivisie? Do you have thoughts on Mika Godts?
We've talked about the issue with the Eredivisie players before is that we wait too long to bid for these players, and then their value goes up, and we wait till the last minute. Anthony shouldn't have been an $80 million or £80 million player. We should have bid when he was at 40, and then the expectations change.
Yeah.
If we bid like the numbers I'm seeing around 25 to 30 million for Mika Godts, I'm good with that. That's fine. Yeah. I watched the video you made. I've seen some of the things he's done. That's a good level for him. It's the same thing with Leach. As much as Leach is injured, we all hate that, and it's becoming quite a bit of a problem. When he's on, Leach is really good.
Yeah.
And so if we get him for 25, 30 minutes, I'm good with that. And I've seen other people bring this up. The big thing is cannot take away from the midfield. We have neglected the midfield for too long. We need midfield reinforcements. This should not be the first one we do. I mean, if it is, great, but the second thing we should do is right after this, within a day, should be we're getting a midfielder. If we're going to do Mika Godts, we should be getting a midfielder. So
sounds like a left wing option is something that we're considering. I've done obviously videos on that. I've talked about a couple. There are a couple out there. I like Yan Diamante. A lot of people are like, why not Yan Diamante? Yan Diamante is very good. He would cost a lot of money, and is that really the kind of money we want to spend on an option or a left wing rotation option? Probably not. This is going to be someone who's going to be maybe younger, or in the case of maybe like Jens Peter Hauge at Bodo Glimt, for instance, someone who's older but is not quite that quality. Someone who can do like how like Andres Schürrle was at Chelsea, kind of that kind of level a little bit, kind of a thing. Debasi, you must have watched my video, man, on left wing options. If you haven't yet, go watch it. I went through 5 left wingers I thought United could do with that I think could really well. But yeah, it probably will be closer to 40, like Danny says, depending. I think so.
I'm just saying that's too much. Like if we go 40, that's too much.
It's a going rate for wingers these days. Unfortunately, look at what Chelsea paid for like Gittins and whatnot. It's or like Modric apparently. Like it's just it is what it is. I think personally. So if you guys remember, a little over a month ago, Ajax were linked with interest in Ugarte. Maybe there's an opportunity there to maybe throw Ugarte in. Ajax do love a physical kind of midfield like that, like Edson Alvarez type. Maybe there's an option. Maybe we can use that as a make weight or something. Maybe we could send another youngster and one of our own wingers there on loan or something, maybe to help push. There's a lot of things that you can do, man. Like if it were me, if I was director of football, I'd be like, here's Ugarte. We'll give you Ugarte. We'll throw 25 million, and we'll throw you someone like Ajayi or somebody or JJ or something on loan for the season. And how about that, you guys? Like that's the kind of stuff you should be doing as director of football. Get creative, man. Got 14 likes. You guys keep hitting that like button.
You with that 40.
It really is though when you think about it. Here's the thing though I worry about with Ajax players. Yeah. It's just the way it works now. I worry about Ajax players because there are a handful throughout the last several years who have had some heart issues. Abdi Nouri obviously famously collapsed during a match and is now basically permanently disabled because of the loss of oxygen to his brain for an extended period of time. Daley Blind has a pacemaker. Christian Eriksen had a heart attack. I'm pretty sure Mazraoui had some sort of mild heart issue last season, if I remember correctly. I worry sometimes with what goes on there. I'm not saying that that's automatically like an issue, but I correlation to me stands out a little bit. So, but we'll see. But you guys, let us know. Tobias says Ajax successfully scammed us once. Well, they didn't scam us. We definitely. I blame two things. I blame Ten Hag's talent identification because whether he cost 25 or
which is shit.
85, yeah, whether Anthony was not good enough. And B, I blame whoever was running things at United because we identified Anthony in June when he was like Dylan said, like 30 to 40 million. We waited till the end of the transfer window, and Ajax were like, "Well, it's going to be triple the price now because you guys waited." And then basically, we had to tell Ten Hag either you don't get Anthony and we get other players, or you get Anthony and you don't get any other players because now we waited too long. Like that's Ten Hag can be blamed for his talent identification, but we can't. Like it always just rubs me the wrong way when people try to throw like, well, Ten Hag paid 85 million. Like this isn't FC 26. Managers don't decide these things. It is what it is, man. But Ten Hag did have too much power when it came to signings and his talent identification because he also handpicked Malacia too. Like Malacia is just not good. So, sorry, rant's over.
Debasi, thank you for making me look. It was good.
Yeah, Debasi's on one tonight. So let's talk a little Champions League real quick while we're on it because obviously we're rounding out Champions League. It looks like Liverpool are going to go through. Atletico Madrid and Spurs are 2-2 right now. Atletico are up 7-4 on aggregate. Bayern probably going through. Sporting obviously made a big comeback against Bodo Glimt yesterday. Sorry, Jarvis, if you're watching, bud. Bodo Glimt were just not good yesterday.
Yes,
I don't know if you watched that, but they were not good yesterday. Stephanie says Henry Fanstar is a great guy.
You gotta do it.
Over. Bilal, I can't do a Manc accent, man. What are you talking about? I can barely do an American accent. Anthony.
Just do the right Canadian accent.
Is that how the Mancs? Anthony. The Mancs have like that. There's like a little bit of a nasal quality to the Manc accent if you can do it like, and there's that elongated at the end of the words, like the eh kind of thing. Well, what's all that then there? Kind of a thing. Anthony. So Sporting came back. Obviously, they beat them 3-0. Leverkusen shit the bed against Arsenal yesterday. What is it with the teams that traveled to England yesterday? I mean, it was embarrassing. Chelsea, that was embarrassing. I don't know what Liam Rossinier here is doing, passing tactical notes to Garnacho with 7 minutes left to go when they're down by like 1,000 goals. Like maybe you should have respected the ball a little bit more, Liam. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, no, Sean. He's telling him this weekend's team sheet. That's what he's doing. So Garnacho can leak that, just like he leaks everything else.
He says, "Have I aged you enough?" Like, and why are you giving this to Garnacho? Like, Garnacho's the last person I'm going to give tactical notes to. Like, what's he going to do with it? Oh man.
Yeah.
So that was embarrassing. Pep in City failing to get past this stage of the Champions League for the second year in a row now, going out to Real Madrid, going down 10 men because Bernardo Silva is just a dirty player, getting off a straight red for handball in the box. It's so funny to me, the City fans who want to go on and talk about standards and City should be in the Champions League. The Champions League's not good without City. City should be doing more because, let's be honest, they'd be nowhere near Champions League or even maybe the Premier League for that matter, if A, they actually followed the rules from start to finish, or if and when the verdict finally drops on these charges, they're not going to be anywhere near the Champions League, let alone the Premier League. And if you noticed how much Pep has been scratching his head and neck these days, like if you watch the post-match press conference for this, the guy is scratching himself like Tyrone Biggums from Chappelle's Show, man. He's just like, Asimo rocks.
Dude. Excellent call out right there. That's top tier.
That's what you get on the channel, you guys. Legends will know. Anyone who grew up in the early 2000s, mid 2000s will remember that show. Pep the Lumberjack. Yeah, he's going full Kurt Cobain out here with this grunge thing too. Just fully looks like he literally looks like he just rolled out of the couch in the morning to go to this match. Like he could not care any less.
Dude. At this point, Pep has one job. It's to stop Arsenal from winning the quadruple.
Yeah.
Just win the League Cup. That's all you got right now. That's your job.
they need to fully set their sights on Arsenal and just chase them down with
Yeah,
like
yeah,
no mercy, no more. I want Arsenal here in footsteps. I want Arsenal. Does to an
yeah,
extent, I'm not even bothered that Arsenal went further in Champions League because now they're still spread all over these
yeah.
places. So it's just interesting, man. Newcastle, bless them, they made a go of it against Barcelona today, but three rapid fire goals from Barcelona early in the second half pretty much killed off that
That
tie.
hurt.
Like they,
I mean that was painful to watch.
yeah, they tried, bless them, they really do, but it's just
They
what are
did.
you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Hmm.
Bayern through, Spurs definitely not going through. It looks like Liverpool are going through, so that's annoying. I'm gonna take that asshole off the screen now. Any final thoughts on Champions League? Any surprises, Dylan? Any who do you think could be the new dark horse going through here?
The way Sporting looked, I'm hoping they're going to give Arsenal a run for their money. Uh, yeah, I'll be honest. Barcelona looked dangerous. If they could make a run. They look more dangerous than any other sides besides Bayern.
Yeah.
So let's see how that goes.
So PSG, it's gonna be PSG, Liverpool. Looks like it's gonna be Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona,
That's a
Atletico.
big match.
Yeah, that could be really good. Barcelona play Atletico probably, and then it's Sporting and Arsenal. These are it's some
Go
big
Sporting.
teams in there. Obviously, PSG knocked Liverpool out last season in hilarious match that I was listening to while driving and almost crashed the car because I was laughing so hard. So between those, you think Sporting can maybe? Do you think Sporting can get past Arsenal?
No,
No.
I want them to, but I don't
Yeah.
think they will. I think it's going to come down to the semifinal matchup that Arsenal are going to get, and I get the feeling because remember last year they beat Arsenal beat Real Madrid in the round of 16, and they got shit kicked in the quarterfinal. I think it's going to be one more step. They get to go to the semifinal, and they get shit kicked again. I just feel like they're going to play if they get to that point, they're probably Barcelona in the semifinal. I think
Yeah.
no, it might be Atletico.
I
Um,
think I think I
I
think
think
Atletico could
Atletico.
upset Barcelona, man.
They might. We'll see. I'm going to be interested to see. But if it is Barcelona, Barcelona are going to take it to Arsenal, and Arsenal can't do those corner tricks with
I don't know,
Barcelona at
man.
Camp Nou.
Barcelona, they did struggle in that first leg against Newcastle, and they did struggle a bit early on today against Newcastle. Just the physicality, the pace, the energy. I think the Spanish sides are not used to playing that sort of opposition. I think the closest you're going to get like that in La Liga is going to be Atletico, unfortunately. So I do think that it's going to be interesting. We can talk more about that another juncture, but it's some big teams, obviously, and then you've got Arsenal, but it could be interesting. Dylan Delos says, "What's behind you, Dylan?"
I got a couple of things behind me. What do you think? I got some flags. I've got so anybody that watches drag racing, not like the people that dress up, but like cars that go really fast. Okay, if you're interested in that, the cars that go real fast down a quarter mile. That's what the NHRA flag is. I've got some flags for Sir Bobby Charlton, Detroit Red Wings, some other things like that on the other wall. If I move out of the way here, you can see them. And then you got that
Nice.
pole right in the way there. But so
Basements, man.
yes,
We always got the pole.
I do like cars that go really fast, just so you know.
Yeah.
So that's
Get over to Milan sometime, man. Go to the Speedway.
that's the plan. One of these days, man. One of these days.
Nice. All right.
So
So, any final thoughts on Champions League before we jump into this match? Because we've been chatting about
I
45
just
minutes
want
and we haven't
Arsenal.
even gotten into this
I
match.
want Arsenal to lose. That's what I want to happen.
We all want
Dragsters.
Arsenal to lose.
Yeah. Dragsters, funny car, pro stock, all that stuff.
He
So
he lives his life a quarter mile at a time, you guys. So it is what it is. Family.
Ru-
All right.
RuPaul does do drag racing. It's the wrong type of drag racing that I watch.
There it is. There it is.
I do
Bournemouth.
not watch
Bournemouth.
RuPaul drag racing. Just getting that out there. So
You guys are
do
funny.
not. I do not.
So let's talk about Bournemouth, you guys. You guys are killing me out here. So we all remember that 8 goal craziness from December. Since then, it's Bournemouth haven't exactly been great. 10th in the table, just a point or two, I think, above Crystal Palace, who are in 14th. So a loss on Friday could see Bournemouth drop down. It could be pretty dicey for them. And their issue has just they don't score goals. They've got no wins in like a month, four draws in a row since then, and three of those draws have been nil-nil. It's literally like Louis van Gaal is their manager. Honestly, they must have used up all their goals against us. I'm sure they would take one of those goals. But hey, it is what it is. We are firmly in third. We are on 54 points. We can't really drop to fourth either, even if we lose. But, City are shit right now. Second place is within touching distance, I think. I don't want to say that we could finish second, but we could finish second, you guys. Fuck it. You know what? 21's coming. So we're going to Compose Views in the house. Big up Compose View. Says Bournemouth play with speed, skeptical with Maguire at the back. Honestly, if you sit a little deeper, I'm not too worried about it because I'm going to show you some points here on how you can beat them as well. So the Boss say Bournemouth is faster than our teams. We have to play smart. We have to play fast as well, but not the kind of fast you guys might be thinking. How do you feel just generally going into this? Is there anything that you're worried about? Any thoughts on Bournemouth's form in the league this season? Have they surprised you? Have they let you down? What do you feel like Iraola so far before we dive into tactics?
Uh, Irola's adjusted to losing some of his, like Semenyo going out has hurt him. He had some wins there after he figured that out. Now he's kind of gone into draw mode, which is expected. Bournemouth weren't going to be as dynamic with. I think finally that back line being new has hurt him a little bit. They're not as good as they were before.
No, yeah, definitely
And then
not.
losing Semenyo obviously it has been tough, but they're still going to be compact. He knows how to set up a team. And they're going to look to press. They still try to do that. That's where we're going to have to be dangerous. If we can get a ball over the top, if shit, I won't get that. You guys kind of heard me already, all right. But if we can get some balls going over the top with some passing, we can get in behind them and make this our game. But I'm not going to say anything about that. But I do as we're coming up against the opponent. Yes, he is a.
You guys are funny. Um, yeah, Bournemouth. They play interesting. So they're going to line up in a 4-2-3-1, but there's not really a whole lot of it does on the face. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of patterns to them, right? They don't really like having the ball. They are going to sit a little
Yep.
compact. They are going to try to press high, but their aim is to just win this ball and get it forward as fast as they can. Um, so they've got stability at the back, but they do rely on a lot of rapid transitions that are going to exploit any space that we leave them behind. So their midfield, not like their job is not to play silky balls or any of these balls to get the ball wide. Disrupt our midfield and then maintain possession. Alex Scott can be dangerous though, but I don't ever worry about guys like Tyler Adams. I just don't think he's that good. What we'll need to do is keep an eye on their wingers. Again, like you guys have been saying, their wingers have pace. They do have some quality in the final third, but they can also make the pitch very, very big by just getting chalk on their boots and always kind of being a threat, always pinning our fullbacks back, hopefully, which creates space in those half spaces for guys like Krupi to run into because he likes to work in those half spaces. But these wingers also like to make themselves options for these long balls or switches of play. This is Marco Senesi's passes so far this season. The guy is literally responsible for getting that ball forward. He's kind of like the way Lewis Dunk is for Brighton. Like, that's his job, is make those long plays, find those wingers, get the ball. So if we could put some pressure on him. Like I know off the ball we sit in the 4-4-2, but I think Bruno's shown he likes to press the ball. Shesko, if he starts, also has shown he likes to press the ball. He's won a couple throw-ins by doing that. We can't let them have too much time in the ball. We can't be so afraid of doing that because they're not going to pass it through the midfield necessarily. They're going to try to put it long quickly when they get it. That's their directive. It's not like, let's see who's up. It's just when we get the ball, I don't care. Pass it forward. Someone will be there. Someone's going to get into space. Like I said, you can see the blues mean this is what you do. And Bournemouth are going to press in a high formation. You can see the blue on the left side. They're also going to sit deep and make themselves compact. So pressing high up top, and they're sitting deep. There's a little bit of options there to get involved in midfield, but they do rank among Europe's best teams for pressing. They, like Dylan said, they press high. They have an extremely low passes per defensive action, a PPDA. They had the best. They were the best pressers in the Premier League last season as well. But they don't want the ball. They just want to win the ball, get it forward. It's very old school. It's pressing, it's quick transitions, vertical, create chaos to make something happen, exploit opportunities. They can struggle when against a compact defense, though, and so we do need to be a bit disciplined as well. And like the boss says, they are a little bit prone to counters if you move the ball quickly, and that's what we're talking about. Any final thoughts that you've noticed on their tactics before I talk about their team news and some of their danger men?
No, you've laid it out really well. The big thing I was going to say, and that's kind of funny, but the big thing I was going to say is that press. We have to work through that press, and like you said, they're going to sit deep, so that's going to be a problem for us just to work through. We've already seen some issues before. We got to make sure our passes are crisp, that we're moving the ball, and with how we're going to target some things, that's how we break that down. But
yeah, Carrick needs to get the team selection right, needs to get the tactical setup right.
yeah,
We've seen against these teams that sit in a low block that you can't assume that Mbumo is just going to have space.
exactly.
It's fine if you want to start him as a 9 right, but you have to move the ball quickly. Otherwise, all the opportunity, all the space is gone. Danny says, I don't want to see the high press set up mid-block. Yeah. Just, again, and we're going to get to that, Danny. We're going to totally get it, but you're kind of right where I'm going with this. So, as far as Bournemouth concerned, Justin Kluivert, not fit. Lewis Cook, not fit. It was always going to be a question mark how they were going to replace Semenyo, but they do have players that can punish you. Alex Scott, like I said, he's very good on the ball. He is constantly involved in everything. He's constantly physical, a little bit like Conor Gallagher. He's always going to let you know he's there. Evan Nielsen, old school 9, but he does rely on service. He's not the kind of 9 who's going to... He's like Haaland, Lou. He's not going to do anything other than just finish it. He's not as good as Haaland, but we have to be wary of his movement in the box. The real issue is going to be the 3 players behind Evan Nielsen. Rayon, Krupi, and Tavernier. Pace, energy, fluidity, they are ruthless when they get that ball. They can hurt you. They can pick up the ball wide areas. They can interchange, move in and out of the half spaces to confuse you. The little runs into those spaces, Krupi's always trying to find space in there. He gets shots off from very interesting angles. So we've just, I mean, that's exactly how they scored last time. He totally did Licha, cut inside, a quick shot. The same as like Osula at Newcastle, almost carbon copy. Krupi is their top scorer. They do have the 4th most shots on target per 90. They have the 6th most goals per 90 this season. But like I said, they have failed to find the back of the net 3 out of their last 4 matches, and they've only scored 3 goals total in their last 5. So they don't score a lot of goals. Who are you worried about in their side, Dylan?
You named it. Krupi's the big one I'm worried about. He likes to work, like you said, he likes to work in those half spaces, and we tend to lose focus when we get into those positions, and that's where we've seen problems start to come up. So he would be the danger man for me.
Yeah, he's exactly the kind of they have the exact kind of attackers that cause us issues. Pacey, direct wingers who will cut inside to shoot. We struggle to, especially guys like Dallo. He doesn't put pressure on the ball. He doesn't stick to his man. He doesn't really follow his runners as well. Casemiro, this isn't going to be a game. This is going to be a game where I feel like Casemiro can get a yellow very early. Just trying to help kind of wrangle some of these wide players. How would you like? What do you think Carrick's got to do? How do you think that? Like, what should the approach to this one be? We'll talk about your 11 in a second, but what would be the approach maybe going into this?
So this is kind of counterintuitive a little bit, but I would honestly stress, if I'm Carrick right now, you know they're going to press high, you know they're going to sit back deep. For the first part of the game, as you try to settle in, because we sometimes struggle with settling in, just sit back, give Bournemouth the ball. They don't really know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And from that, they're going to make a mistake. Their midfield's not great. They're going to make a mistake. If you have your wingers, if you had some of your midfield, especially Bruno can get a pass, we can get the wingers going. That can start to put pressure. That can break their back line. And who knows what could happen from them. We've seen us do it before. Just, first 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just sit back, kind of absorb pressure. As much as I don't want to do that with some of the defensive issues that we've had, if we play compact, we're good at playing compact. Try to do that. Try to get out and see if we can break their counter. Because then eventually, yeah, long balls like DeBasti's saying, hit some long balls over when we get the ball, just to try to break them through. Or even if we can get Bruno in the middle and ping one through, just change it up. Just because they're going to expect us to have the ball, and they kind of press us over there. Change up, give them something they're not going to expect.
Yeah, when against those teams that don't like the ball, you part of the tactic can be let them have the ball and just make it difficult for them to do what they want to do. They're at home. The onus will be a little bit on them, right? I know I say it week in, week out, right? But again, just we've got to move the ball quicker, especially with these high pressing sides, especially when we're trying to build out from the back. If the plan is to just boot it along, like from Laman's, right? Either do it really quickly, either throw it really quickly. Everyone needs to get on their bike really quickly, or instead of finding Cunha, find Shesko. He will win that header, and everybody else can win the second ball. Because especially if they've only got the two pivots, they can't do everything. There could be an opportunity there for second balls, like we saw against Liverpool. Like you said, I have it in my notes. Honestly, let them have the ball, cut off space for them to attack, and just like teams do against us, there's nothing wrong with that. Like the way we set up, right? Like we're pretty compact, and we saw this against Arsenal. These teams like to create. Just make it difficult for them to get that space. A lot of this is going to be on communication between the center backs and their fullback partners. Dallow's going to need to stop trying to go on runs all the time because he's going to leave us wide open.
Yes.
With Kluivert out, he is their most creative player. But again, everyone else is all about movement, all about energy, all about space behind. So it's difficult to say based on last time how this could go, because last time is different manager, different system, different everything, right? I don't think we're going to be as open as we used to be. We were ahead 3 separate times in that game last time out, and they've equalized. They even went ahead at times. It was super annoying to watch. But again, under Amorim, we were a lot more open than we are under Carrick. We just need to let them have the ball, let them be the ones to step out of their comfort zone. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to play into opposition's tactics by the way we sometimes approach these games.
And DeBassi's right. Kind of like we played at City, but Bournemouth are going to look to get back. That's the other thing. So if we get on the counter, we need to be lethal. We can't be kind of like we've been doing. I can't tell you how many times you and I, like especially last match, where Dalot gets a ball when we're on the counter and he just shanks it right over the net. Or Mbumo misses it or something. Like, we have to be lethal when we get those opportunities. And then we put the pressure on them.
Yeah. Truefair, the guy they replaced Kirkes with, he does get really high up the pitch a lot. I think he can get kind of caught if we can, again, but it's all about moving the ball quickly. If they come in and he gets forward, they get an overload and they put a ball in and we clear it or Lamens grabs it, get the ball wide. Tell these wingers to get forward. It's hard, obviously, when you guys are all compact like you see in the photo here, but you've got to, like, there should be triggers for getting into these runs. When Lamens collects the ball, get on your bike and get into space and just tell him to hoof it, man. Like, Shesko needs to be the target for that because Cunha is not winning those headers. 100%. He's just not. Guys, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We're going to talk a little bit about starting 11s. Who do you want to see? So, I've seen reports that Licha, Mazraoui, De Ligt have not trained. So again, all the former Ajax players. So maybe that's a no to Mika Godts after all. But Carrick did say that Licha should be back after the break. Mazraoui was just sick this morning, so he probably will be fine. Dorgu obviously still out. Brother has fallen. What up, Casper? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're back. Yes, hey. Casper is back. So Dylan, walk us through your 11 here. Because this is who Dylan wants. This is Dylan's starting 11. I'll put up mine in a second. Mine's not that different, just one difference. So walk us through your mindset here.
So, back the goalkeeper and back line, pretty straightforward. It's what we've seen at other matches. Euro seemed to come to his own. I was talking to Sean beforehand that Euro looked good coming off that Aston Villa match. He looked like he had some of his confidence back. And I don't know if that's just because of he was given a task and he stuck to it. If because Dalot played up, because Dalot went up quite a bit and Euro had to be in himself to defend that side. Regardless, Euro looked good. Maguire has been very confident, and Luke has been pretty good. That back line seems to have solidified itself. Lamans we can trust, so there's no changes there. Same thing with the midfield. They've been good. And the big thing with this one is, like I said, they're going to have to play compact. Just make sure there's no passing lanes, and make sure Bournemouth can't get going. If Bournemouth get going, that's where we're gonna have to start to press, and we're gonna have to get out of our shape and things like that. The difference is, instead of Ahmad, I'm gonna have Shesko come in, because if we're gonna beat that press early, I want Shesko to be the target man, and Shesko can pick a pass. We've seen him pick a pass here and there. If Mbumo or Cunha can get out on the outside, we know they have the pace, especially Mbumo. We know they have the pace to come through, and they can possibly get some sort of opportunity. Maybe they get a shot. Maybe they work something out. Maybe we get a corner. Okay. I'd like to see Shesko. I don't think he will. The big thing with that, though, is if we can keep getting over them, if we can keep targeting Shesko, we throw on 70 minutes. We bring Ahmad on. Ahmad's got fresh legs. We can put a boom up top. We can start pinging those balls over. Now we have a quicker group in the latter half of the match, and they can start to, if it's close especially, we can start to get more balls coming through. And Ahmad is good defensively as well. He can cover for Dallo as long as because we know how shit Dallo is at times. So that's kind of how I was envisioning that.
No worries. I mean, your logic is sound. I've gone a little different, not much different. You guys get your 11s into what you think. So I have basically the same 11, except I've actually benched Mbumo and I've started Ahmad in this one. I thought against Villa, Ahmad looked like a man possessed. He was fighting for everything, just doing everything he could. Mbumo, it's not his fault necessarily. Mbumo, he was a bit wasteful at times, but again, it was just tactically. It's just I don't like Mbumo as a 9 against opposition that sit in a low block. It just doesn't work, especially if we're not going to move the ball quickly. We've got to move the ball quickly, and so I trust Ahmad. He's in better form right now than Mbumo. I think that I want to take advantage of that before we go into a break, before it gets disrupted. And kind of like what you're saying against tired legs, I think that's when I'd like Mbumo to come on later on. If we can use Ahmad's physicality and Cunha's physicality, their ability on the ball, I mean, the ball sticks to them like glue. Still use Shesko as a bit of a target man. But again, and that's how you're going to break down some of these low blocks. If they're going to let us get that ball up there, then I want Shesko in the box, because literally all you need to do is put a ball in the box. He's going to outjump everybody. He can outjump everybody in the league. Like, that's just facts. He's an absolute athlete, and he's like 6.5 feet tall. He's going to get on the end of something. So, but I want Ahmad on there, and then if we get up a goal, Bournemouth have to maybe open up a little bit more. Ahmad has the physicality, but then maybe you take off Shesko, maybe you take off Cunha, and you put Mbumo on, and now you've got pacey players who have to keep them pinned back. So even if they're chasing a goal, they can't leave too many men forward, because you've got pace just hanging out, right? Steph says Ahmad needs a goal. He should have had a goal last time out. I think Shesko definitely should have laid it off for him, but
that header that he had was phenomenal. That was,
yeah. What are you gonna do? Bus says if they're coming to us, Shesko from the bench. If we're taking to them, Shesko starts. Yeah, Shesko is the best tool we have for breaking down those low blocks, because you just put it in the box. We don't have. I mean, Ahmad I think could do that job too. Ahmad has a knack for getting in the box, and so does Cunha. And so I think if we can get the ball to them, they will do a better job of getting in there. Because Mbumo, again, if he doesn't have pace to work, or doesn't have space to work in, if we're not moving the ball quickly, he can just be like completely taken out of the game, and he gets frustrated. He gives away little fouls. It's not that he's bad. It's just not necessarily the way I would start. So, but hey, it is what it is. Guys, get in your score predictions now, because I want to know what you guys think about how this one's going to go. It's not the 4-all I think is a bit of an outlier, right? Because different manager, different tactics, different everything at that time. Dylan, what's your score prediction? How do you see this one going? And you guys, I did put that poll in there. 92% say it's going to be United win. 8% say a draw. Nobody predicted Bournemouth are going to win. So, Dylan, what are you thinking?
so we're playing at Vitality. We tend to struggle away from Old Trafford. I get the feeling we're going to go up. I just think at times we're going to lose focus. I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 2-2 draw. And which is not going to be a bad thing. It's going to help us. We get the point out of it. But I just get the feeling there's going to be that moment in time, whether it's after half. It seems to be after halftime that comes up. But we're just going to lose focus for a bit, and Bournemouth are going to take advantage.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people kind of feel like a draw. I actually went with a 1-all draw. So you went with the Desmond. I'm going with the 1-all. Bournemouth just don't score a lot of goals. They have not scored a lot of goals. I mean, 3-0 draws in the last 5 matches is not great. But we always seem to just concede goals from the exact type of attackers that they have. And so I can easily see us conceding a simple little cut inside and get a shot off goal that like goes far post or something. Like we just are gifting these players like goal of the season contenders week in, week out. And I think if Iriola is in fact under consideration as an option for manager, he'll probably see this as an audition, so he might want to, pull out all the stops for this one either. But I do see this as points dropped, and unfortunately, I am going to go 1-all draw. You're going Desmond 2-2. Debasi says 4-2 best case, 2-all worst case. Guys, get your score predictions in there. I think it's as annoying that we could be sitting here thinking about a draw against Bournemouth. We need wins, man. Like I've said many times, everything that's not a win is a loss, in my opinion.
Yep.
Is it weird that I'm actually more concerned about the first game after the break than a little bit about this one? Because we always seem, especially if we win, like convincingly, like we did against Villa that second half, because we always seem to get international breaks right when we're entering a really good run of form. And struggle. I feel like we struggle that first
No, I
game
get you.
back.
I feel you because that first game back, we're going to be a little out of form. It's going to take us a minute to get going. Like this
Yeah.
one's not as big of an issue as the next one. So,
Yeah, I mean, we really can't drop out of third. Like I said, even if we lose, Villa's goal differential is a lot worse than ours. They'd have to win by like 14 goals in order to jump above us. Liverpool obviously below us a bit. Chelsea, honestly, Chelsea should be in administration as far as I'm concerned with everything going on right now for them. I mean, they can't catch us either. Like that club, how's that club still allowed to be around? Like that's garbage, man. In Chelsea, they don't even have to pay their fine. They had money set aside when Abramovich was forced to basically pay for things like this that were happening under his reign, man. It's ridiculous. Honestly, that this, of course, for me, being the tribal little bitch I am, this does mean Chelsea now officially have an asterisk next to everything they've won during the time period in question, right? Same as I'm considering City. They officially have an asterisk. You've been warned, Man City. Put you on notice, dude. But a win here puts us 4 points behind City, speaking of. They don't actually have another league fixture until April, so we could be 4 points behind them, for another month or so. They were supposed to play Palace this weekend, but that's been postponed. Obviously, they have a League Cup final against Arsenal. Then they have an FA Cup match after that. We don't have another match for 3 weeks, so it's going to be interesting stuff here, you guys. Casper says we need the win. We absolutely need the win. I just don't know if we'll get
we
the
really
win.
do.
Personally,
Yeah.
we always need the win. I always want the wins. I just don't know if we're going to get them because we do tend to leak goals like this. Obviously, Krupi destroyed us last time with that equalizer. So,
Yeah.
but as always, you guys know how I feel. These players just need to show up. They just need to show up because they've switched off a bit. You guys will hear a little bit more of my thoughts on that when I release that video for the case against Michael Carrick to be given the permanent job, because there's some stuff in there that I talk about that could have a lot to do with why we look so switched off. But what are you going to do? But yeah, Legends members, for the rest of the night, you do get early access to that the case for Michael Carrick video. That'll go public tomorrow for everyone else. I just try to show love to the people who are paying those big memberships. Got to show them something, right? So, Dylan, final thoughts on Bournemouth. I'm going to check the Champions League scores and the women's team scores. So, guys, make sure you make sure you subscribe, please. Dylan, go for it.
That picture you have right there sums up everything. Play like you mean it. We're playing away from home. We have looked good at times, but we need to showcase that away from Old Trafford. This is Bournemouth. We can beat Bournemouth. We have the ability. But they need to show up. They can't switch off like they've done before. They can't switch off like they did against Newcastle. They can't switch off like they did against West Ham. They have to show up.
Yeah. We don't
So
travel well. We're like egg
as long
salad
as they do
sandwiches,
so,
man. We just don't travel well.
yeah, exactly, and that's a problem. So we need to get that going, and if we do that, we'll be fine. We'll do well. But need this win. We need Champions League next year. We need that for recruitment. We need that just for the club. So
Eight games to go. We've got Liverpool again, Chelsea again, and then you got the Brentfords and the Brighton, I think, stuff like that. So we've got some big matches, a couple of big 6-pointers, like I said, against Chelsea and Liverpool. We win those games, those 2 games in particular, I think we'll be fine. It's just a matter. Again, it's kind of like City versus Arsenal soon, like in the league. Like that's a big match. Debasi says VIP. How did you like that video, Debasi? The case for Michael Carrick. Again, that's not me saying yes or no either way. I'm just pointing out the arguments for, and then I'll point out the arguments against in another video. Yeah, so we got PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Yeah, it's nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts. I hope the Scousers aren't coming back and forth. No, because you've always got the Arne Slot factor. The Arne Slot factor is preventing them from keeping in form.
well,
That's nuts, man.
they played at Anfield too. That's the other thing. Like, come on, like that's if they have to go away, we'll see how that goes. So.
Yeah, and so what are the iterations? We'll do this while we're live. We'll talk about it real quick. So, guys, once again, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We'll let you guys get out of here soon today, and then let me do this here. So we've got round of 16 quarterfinals. So we got PSG versus Liverpool, Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, and then Sporting versus Arsenal. Arsenal obviously probably getting the favorable of draw of the bunch here. But they do probably they're going to play either Atletico or Barcelona, and then hopefully PSG can beat Liverpool again. I think the Real Madrid Bayern Munich one, that's going to be the one to watch, because Madrid are getting some players fit back now. I think Bellingham will be back soon. Mbappe, I think, is back, I think, today, if I remember correctly. So that's going to be fun.
That's a huge match.
Some big teams. If you had to call it now, who do you think's winning it this year? If you say Arsenal, we can no longer be friends.
No, God, no. Arsenal doesn't look that good. Honestly, for me right now, based on form, just kind of what I've seen, it's between Bayern or Barcelona.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of going towards Bayern.
Yeah, I was literally going to say I feel like Bayern they're just calmly kind of just going about their business. No one really talks about Bayern that much. No one really talks about the Bundesliga that much unless we're talking about Jan Diamande. But Bayern are just quietly doing Bayern things, which is annoying at the same time because it's Vincent Kompany. But I don't know how Fivehead got the job, let alone how he's doing so well. But I don't get it, man.
Failing up.
Winner Bayern. Yeah, I mean, it's being a manager, man. You can fail and get a top job the next day. Like, it's embarrassing. So yeah, I'd probably put Bayern on there. We'll see what happens. But you guys, appreciate you guys for stopping by, getting involved. If you guys weren't able to catch the live, please make sure you leave a comment with your predictions and whatnot. Always, though, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe as well. Check out those memberships, please, too. It's the best way to get involved, as Debasi shows. You get Legends, get early access to the exclusive videos, so there is one up now. That'll go public soon. There'll be another one coming out in a couple days as well, so keep a lookout for that one, too. Till then, you guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Dylan, any final thoughts before I let you get out of here?
Let's kick the Cherries' ass, guys. Come on, let's go do this thing. 3-1 now. Come on, don't listen to my prediction before. I'm gonna hype these guys up before.
Yeah,
Anyway,
could have gone with
come on, United. Let's go do this.
Could have gone with a title that had something to do with popping the cherry, but I think that would, with the way YouTube is just going crazy these days, probably not the best.
That would definitely
idea,
get demonetized. So.
Yeah, we're done there. So
Yeah.
take it easy, guys. Good to see some of the old faces back. Until then, you guys take it easy, and we will see you guys later. Peace.
Have a good night, everyone.